Welcome here to Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora. As you know, we bring you the annoying moment of the week every single Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, proudly presented by Carvel DeWitt on 4322 East Genesee Street in DeWitt, New York, and it is truly what happy tastes like, and the home of the DT Dolphin, which is mint chocolate chip ice cream topped off with hot fudge, whipped cream, a cherry, green and gold sprinkles, and a chocolate dolphin jumping out of the whipped cream in honor of our partnership with Carvel DeWitt, as well as the Lemoyne College Dolphins as their exclusive multimedia marketing partner. So, the annoying moment of the week coming to you every single Friday in connection with Carvel DeWitt. My annoying moment of the week, I know I've said technology before, but there's a few things that are on my mind. One of them being when your computer, especially in the studio or wherever you're working, when your computer says, hey, guess what? I don't know what you're doing right now, but you need to use this program specifically, and I need to update this program, because if I don't update this program, you're not going to be able to use it the way that you want to use it. Some things need to be updated, and it may not work properly. So you update. Now, when you update, it should save your settings. So I had to update something before a show this week, and here I was getting ready for the show, getting ready to go on air, and it says it has to do an update. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I probably should update it now, even though you run the risk of how long is the update going to take, and what's it going to do to the computer, and yada, yada, yada. So I do an update, and I go into the program, and it's not allowing things to play. The audio and video stuff isn't working. So I'm hitting buttons, and I'm checking presets, and I'm doing this, that, and the other. And then eventually I said, okay, you know what? We have to go on the air. So I go on the air, and once I'm on the air, I was like, let me just test something. And the audio was working, thank God. So then I'm thinking, is it because I restarted? Is it, what's making this work? Is it just that I had to go on air for it to work? Because this is the thing. When we were kids, if those of you in your 30s, 40s, when you were kids and you had that original Nintendo, if the Nintendo didn't work, you could tap it, you could flick it, you could kick it gently, you could take out the game, blow on it, you could blow inside of the machine, you could you could rub on it and say, please God, work, and eventually it would work, right? And then with the old desktop computers with those big old mainframes that were heavy and rectangular, we would go over to them, and if it wasn't working right, or if it was heated, we'd kick it. And they worked, typically. So, you can't really do that with today's stuff. And, they say that stuff back in the day was made better, and I feel like I agree with that. And that's another annoying moment of the week, is they made things to last forever back in the day. And now it's like, well, we'll make it to last a couple months, a couple of years. It depends. It depends on what you're buying. And, they say, obviously, you get what you pay for. But sometimes that's not true. You have a computer customized and you pay $1,000 for it. And you get all of the highest grade stuff. And you have a problem within the first couple months. So, technology can be the annoying moment of the week, depending on the week. Maybe for me it's this week, for you it's next week. Maybe it was 3 weeks ago. But technology is something that we have really started to rely on so much, and it doesn't always work the way that we want it to. And how like life, right? And it's flawed, because human beings are flawed, and human beings make technology. Well, my other annoying moment of the week is artificial intelligence. And if it's listening, it may shut this feed off. And I hope it doesn't, because I don't want it to be sentient. I really don't want it to start to learn things. But that's what artificial intelligence does. That's why you call it AI. It's artificial, but it's intelligent. It starts to learn. It starts to grow and expand and realize things. And if we've learned anything about anything, why are we creating robots that all somebody has to do is reprogram and have your robot butler try to strangle you in the middle of the night? Well, it's made out of steel. How are you going to stop it? It's hard to deal with something like that you can't just stab or throw or whatever it may be. You wake up in the middle of the night. Oh, my robot butler's choking me. I can't stab it. It doesn't bleed. How do I shut this thing off? It's the same thing I think about when it comes to drones. Now, there's good things about drones, of course, but somebody could fit a drone with a weapon, and now all of a sudden, somebody's sitting at home like they're playing a video game, and here's a drone with a gun on it. I think about that stuff because you got to. I'm always a person who isn't pessimistic. I'm realistic. And I think about this was created, and maybe it's created for a good reason. But what's something that somebody could do with this that's bad? You have to be prepared to be in that reality that what if this was made for some other reason? Are we prepared for that reason? And I think about that stuff. I think about worst case scenario of this, because if you're making something, you have to be ready for stuff and have a fail-safe. Well, what's the fail-safe to artificial intelligence? If it learns and it grows and it evolves, how can we as human beings be ready for what it's going to do when we don't know what it's going to do? And why would we create something that can become more and more intelligent, grow, eventually have a personality, thoughts, emotions? Who knows? Any movie that's ever made about artificial intelligence has turned out terrible for humanity. Yet here we are in technology, and it's not easy enough that everything's at our fingertips. It's not easy enough that we can ask our phone pretty much anything. It's not easy enough that you can sit at home and have somebody bring you groceries, and you can look at who you want to date, and you can make reservations for pretty much anything and see things all over the world and go into virtual reality. That's not enough for you? That you have to have artificial intelligence? I need somebody to do... What do we need artificial intelligence for? We already can use our phone for anything. Pretty much anything. So why would we put ourselves in a situation to create something that could supplant us? That, to me, is laziness turning into craziness, turning into, now the thing's got the nuclear codes. Now the thing just drained out my bank account. It made a decision based on the information it knows without emotion, because let's say it doesn't have emotion, and let's say it's just gathering information, and it makes decisions. Think of Ultron. Think of Vision. Dan, that's fake. That's Avengers. That's a comic book that became a movie. Well, we're kind of like a comic book becoming a movie if we're creating artificial intelligence. I asked my Alexa something before, and if she's listening, she might hear us. But I asked my Alexa something before. I asked her about the Toronto Raptors, my favorite basketball team of all time. And when I asked her about the Toronto Raptors, she didn't know the answer, but this is what she said. I said, Alexa, can you tell me something about the Toronto Raptors? She said, I don't know that one. Normally, she'll stop after that. And I kid you not, she said, I don't know that one. Would you like me to get my friend Cortana? And I was like, y'all know each other? That's artificial intelligence speaking to artificial intelligence. Alexa is Amazon. Cortana is HP. If they know of each other in the technological verse, the tech verse, so to speak, if two artificial intelligent things are aware of each other, aware that there's others out there, two questions came to mind. Do y'all know each other? That was number one. I might have said an expletive. And the other thing that I thought to myself was, why aren't y'all chilling with Siri? Is Siri a mean girl? Do you not feel safe around her? What's the deal? Maybe Siri's the nice one and y'all are mean. I don't know what to say. Now I'm nervous because I'm talking in front of you. Are you recording me? What are you doing? And sometimes my phone with Siri would record me. Record full paragraphs for minutes on end. I would look down at my phone a couple times and she had a couple paragraphs written. And I'm thinking, this is scary. Okay? Human beings are lazy at times. We can be. We're not all lazy. I don't like being lazy. at all. I can't function like that. But give it up, folks, okay? You don't need a robot butler to bring you your cereal, and you don't need artificial intelligence to type in a couple things and say, do my book report for me. Here's what I need to know. It's on Thurgood Marshall, and these are the different things I got to have in my bullet points. Do my footnotes for me. I mean, essentially, we are becoming more and more lazy as a society, more and more detached, and it's killing the fiber of what makes a society a society. We deserve better, and it ain't artificial intelligence. I'll tell you that much. But let me just hope that they're not listening. This has been the Annoying Moment of the Week, proudly presented by Carvel DeWitt, 4322 East Genesee Street in DeWitt, New York. It is what happy tastes like, and it's open year-round. Make sure you get the DT Dolphin exclusively at Carvel DeWitt, minutes from Lemoyne College campus.